Welcome to Lesson 63, Saxon's Algebra 1/2, 2nd edition. This lesson is on circles and circumference and pi, which all relate to each other. Now, I found this illustration online, and it's a little advanced for your lesson. It takes in a little bit of trigonometry, actually, if you're interested. And one day, a couple books from now, you'll be dealing with some of these terms. But right now, the terms that you're going to be interested in are diameter, which is the distance all the way across the middle of the circle, and chord. Now, the chord is actually a line that connects any 2 points on a circle is a chord of the line. And secant, tangent, and point of tangency. Those are things, again, like I said, in a couple books from now you'll be dealing with. Let's look at some basics of a circle. Here's the center of the circle. The radius goes from the center halfway across. The diameter goes all the way across the center of the circle. Alright, so that we can see the relationship then, radius is half of the diameter. Now, look at the colors here. The area inside this blue chain right here is called the area of the circle. The length of the path along the blue chain is called the circumference of the circle. The circumference is the same thing as perimeter. It is the distance around the outside, but the way we've been doing perimeter is by adding all of the numbers on the outside edges. Well, circle doesn't have an edge, so there's a formula that we have to use. There's one formula for circumference and another formula for area. And that's where we're going to get into talking about pi. Alright, this was just a visual reminder for you that circumference means distance around a circle. Okay, pi. Now, this kind of pi is spelled P-I-E. Mathematical pi is just spelled P-I. I found these little funny things on the internet. Too much pi gives you a large circumference, and thought that was pretty funny little joke there. Remember that circumference is the distance around the outside, and that the diameter is in the center of the circle, the line that goes all the way across. Alright, if you look, the diameter, look at the diameter, which is the width of the circle from one side to the other, how wide it is. You're going to find, and mathematicians a long time ago found that you could take that and it would go, no matter what the size of the circle, what the diameter, it still would go around the circle 3 whole times. 1, 2, 3, and it would always have this number left over, this part of a circle. That's how we got what pi actually stands for. Pi is equal to 3.14, because in that last one we had several digits after the decimal. We pretty much always just round to 2 decimals after the 2 digits after the decimal. Alright, so look that this holds true in both of these circles that are, one is twice as big as the other. But like I said, it doesn't matter this 2 will go around 3 times with 6.28 left over. 2 times pi, which is 6.28. Here we have the 4 will go 3 times, and then this much left over times 4 is 12.56. Alright, so how does all this relate to each other? Remember that in a circle, circumference is the distance around. It means the same thing as perimeter. And then the area is everything that's inside the circle. It's the amount of space that is inside the circle. So in this picture, the green represents the area of this circle. Now, there's a formula to find the radius, just like there's a formula to find the circumference. And the radius, we still use pi, but for area, we say that the radius squared times pi is equal to the area. Okay, so area is pi times radius squared, and circumference equals pi times the diameter. Now some people want to take this radius, and where you're supposed to square it, they want to say times 2. If you do that, you're going to get circumference, because you're saying radius times 2, that's the same as the diameter. And if you multiply that times pi, you're going to get the circumference of the circle, not the area. So make sure that you square that radius when you're looking for area. Alright, this tells us that the radius of this circle is 5 centimeters. So it wants us to find the circumference and the area. Alright, so my formula for circumference equals pi times the diameter. So circumference equals 3.14 times 5. Wait a minute, 5 is the radius, so 10 would be the diameter. So you have to be careful there that you're using the right number. 3.14 times 10. Now I know that when I'm multiplying a decimal times a multiple of 10, all I have to do is move the decimal point. So I'm going to move it one place to the right because I have 1 0. And circumference equals 31.4. Now area, I'm going to take that 5 equals pi times radius squared. Well, I know that 5 is the radius. 5 squared would be 25. Area equals pi times 25. I'm going to do that on my calculator, and I'm going to get area equals 78.5 centimeters, and all area is squared. I should have put that here. Centimeters. It is not squared because it's not area. Okay, let's do this practice problem real quick. The radius of a big circle is 100 meters. So A, what is the diameter? The diameter is twice the radius. So if the radius is 100, that is half of 200. Alright, what is the circumference of the circle? Circumference equals pi times diameter, and I just found out that the diameter is 200. So if I say 200 times 3.14, I'm going to get 600 meters. Remember, that's not squared, it's not area. C asks us to find the area. Area equals pi times radius squared. The radius here is 100, so area equals pi times 100 squared. 100 times 100 is going to give us 10,000. So area equals pi times, well, let's erase that pi sign and let's actually put the number that it stands for. 3.14 times 10,000. Now I've got 4 zeros. I've got a decimal number, so I'm going to move this 1, 2, 3, 4. So the area here would be 31400. 31400 meters squared. Alright, good job. Circles is one of those lessons that you have to be careful that you're using the right numbers and that you're using the right formula. Other than that, pretty simple. You could say it's as easy as pi.